Mundas, can you proceed the screen? Good morning, all of you. Okay, in the previous class, what we have discussed is that is experiment 9, demonstration of clustering rule process on iris.arff dataset using simple k-means algorithm. Right? Okay, demonstration of clustering rule process on iris.arff dataset using simple k-means. Okay, what is meant by this iris means it's a one flavor is okay. The flavor related data we have taken in the form of data set contains the pseudo length, pseudo width, likewise three more parameters will be there, and the class also. There are three types of classes are there in the iris data set. Okay, based on the class, we have clustered these. Okay, we have three classes. Based on that one, we have divided that one into three clusters. Okay, right. After applying the simple k-means algorithm, how the clusters are formed. Also, we have seen this. Okay, let us today explain the last experiment, that is 10th experiment, demonstration of, or you write down guys, demonstration of clustering rule process on student data set. Demonstration of clustering rule process. Demonstration of clustering rule process on data set. On data set student.arff student.arff using simple k-means algorithm. Using simple k-means algorithm. Demonstration of clustering rule process on student.arff dataset using simple k-means algorithm. What is the algorithm we have to use, guys? Simple k-means algorithm we have to use. Demonstration of clustering rule process on student.arff dataset using simple k-means algorithm we have to do. Okay. What is the dataset we have to use? Student.arff. What is the algorithm? Clustering related one, that is simple k-means algorithm. Okay. Okay. What are the input for this experiment 9? That is student.arff dataset we have to provide this. Okay. After loading that one, we have to pre-process that one. After that one, we have to go to the clustering and we have to select particular classifier that is related to simple k-means, and after that one we have to apply the algorithm. We are going to see the cluster size. Okay. Okay, first of all, what is the first thing we have to prepare is we have to prepare the student.arff. Okay. Let us prepare that one first. Okay. Okay. Let us create student.arff file. Okay, cluster student guys. Here we have to give the data guys. Right. Let us prepare the let us prepare the student.arff data set. Okay. First of all, what is the thing we have to specify is we have to specify the relation name. For that, we have to use at the rate relation. Okay. Next, followed by relation name. I am going to use the relation name as student. Okay. This is the first thing we have to specify in the ARFF file. After that one, we have to specify attributes. Guys, for that at the rate attribute we have to use at the rate attribute we have to use and followed by age. Okay. Here we have to mention the different attributes, that is 30 and 32, 40, Next, these are the three values we are going to use for age, guys. Okay, these are the three values. Okay, I have to mention. After the next attribute is, okay, that is income attribute, income. Okay, finally we have to mention the values in the flower braces. Income is maybe a low value or medium value or high value. Okay, these three are the values the income will take. The next one is third attribute. Okay, for that we have to use attribute as a tag to enter the attribute values. Okay, after the income I'm going to use a student, whether he is a student or not. Okay, if it is he is a student means we have to mention yes or no. These are the two values that takes is the student. Okay, after that one student we are going to the next attribute I'm going to enter is at, that is credit card rating attribute, credit card rating. So this is the fourth attribute, guys. It takes fair or excellent two values. Fair or excellent. Excellent. With these two values it takes, and the next attribute is at the rate attribute. At the rate attribute. Okay. That is buying a computer or not. It takes the two values. Yes means he is able to buy a computer, no means he is not able to buy a computer. This is the data analysis. Okay. Till now, what is the relation name we have mentioned it by using a direct relation. Okay. Next, we have entered the five attributes for the student, that is age, income, student, credit card rating, and buying computer or not. Age takes the three values, that is less than 30, 30 to 40, greater than 40. Income takes the three values, low, medium, high. Okay. The next one is and the next one is a student or not. It takes two values, that is student, student S or no values. The next one is credit rating, as it takes the three values, that is fair and excellent. The next one is that is buying a computer S or no. These are the attributes and the values. Next, finally, we have to give the data. For entering the data, we have to use at the rate data. Okay. For the data, it takes the values like less than 30. Okay. Next, comma. Next attribute, that is comma. The next attribute, that is student or not. Next, credit card rating. Where next, that is not able to buy a computer. What is the description of this data is okay. First attribute is age, that is less than 30, and income is high, and the next one is student no. Okay, credit card rating is fair. For the specification, is able to buy a computer, that is is not able to buy a computer, that is no. The the order in which we have specified the attribute names, in the same order we have to mention the database. Okay, for the next attribute less than 30, comma, high. Okay, comma, no, comma, excellent, comma, no. This is the second person data, and the next one is 30 to 40. Next, high. Next, no, not a student. And next one is where is the credit card rating. The next one is not able to buy a computer for that one also. Yes. Okay, next greater than 40 for this one. Okay. Medium is the income. Okay. Next, not a student. On credit card rating is fair. No? The next one is yes. Okay. Greater than 40. Low. Yes. Fair and yes. That is the fifth person data. The next one is again greater than 40 is the age and low is the income. Yes. Next, excellent is the credit card rating. Finally, no is not able to buy a computer. The next one is age is 30 to 40. Okay. Low. Yes. Next, excellent. The next one is less than 30 is the age. Next, medium. Next, no. Fair. No. Okay. Less than 30. Low. Yes. Fair. No. The next one is greater than 40. Medium. Yes. Fair. Yes. Next, less than 30 is the age. Last person data. This one. Okay. The next one is medium is the income. Next, student. Credit card rating excellent. Why yes is the okay. For this one, I'm going to save this one as a cluster student ARFF. We have to use guys. Okay, fine. We have to mention is all files and we have to save it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to again explain this data guys. The relation name is student and attributes are 5 attributes for the student age. Okay, let's take the three values less than 30, 30 to 40, 40 greater than 40. If you check guys, all the values related to the age, those will be less than 30, 30 to 40 and greater than 40. These are the values guys. Okay, other than this one, it won't take any values. Okay, and the next one is income. Either it may take low value, middle value, and high value. If you observe here, high, medium, low, low, medium, low, medium guys. Likewise, student takes only two values and credit card rating takes the two values, that is fair and excellent. Okay, buying a computer, that is yes or no. Yes means he is able to buy a computer and no means he is not able to buy a computer. Okay, here what is the order we have mentioned? Okay, we have declared in the same order only we have to enter the data guys. Okay, that means age is the first value, next income is the second value, student is the third value, and credit card rating is the fourth value, and buying a specific computer is the last value guys. Okay, in this way these values will be taken guys. Okay, we have saved this one. Okay, finally what we have to do is we have to give this one as a record. To open that one, we have to press the application in that Explorer. We have to press it. Okay. Right. Okay, before going to discuss this one, let us discuss the algorithm related to that one. It is a simple one, guys. Okay, previous class also I have explained this one. If you tell anybody not to listen this one, just listen it. Okay, you're able to understand this one. Just simple thing. Okay, simple k-means algorithm is related to the clustering algorithm, guys. Okay, with the help of the simple k-means algorithm, we are going to divide the overall input objects into different groups, and those groups will have the same property. Okay, mainly this k-means algorithm follows partitional clustering algorithm. It's going to partition and group them. Right? Okay, partition them and group them. Right? Okay. Here, okay, we are going to get the different clusters, guys. Each cluster is associated with one center point. Okay, each cluster is associated with one center point. That we call them as a centroid, guys. Okay, based on the centroid only, we are going to form the cluster. How we are going to form the clusters means, okay, the point that is nearer to the clusters, we are going to take that one into one cluster, guys. Okay, each and every cluster will have the centroid. Okay, the points, the objects that is nearer to the centroid, okay, we are going to take that one, take one cluster, guys. That is the second point, guys. Okay, here what is the input for this k-means algorithm is an observations will be there. Okay, and how many clusters you want to do it, that is also we have to provide, guys. Okay, how many observations and how many clusters. Okay, that is also okay input. What is the output we are going to get is we are going to get the cluster size. Okay, how we are going to get the clustering is based on the centroid. Each and every for suppose I want to divide that overall data into three clusters means, okay, the three centroids will be there. Okay, the object that is needed to which centroid, that one will be put that one as a cluster, guys. Okay, for suppose I am having the three centroids A, B, C. Okay, one point I have, one object I have taken that is needed to the cluster B. Okay, then what we are going to do is we are going to do that one into the cluster related to that centroid B. Understand? This way we are going to form the cluster wise. Okay. Okay, guys. Let us see the algorithm related to the k-means algorithm. Okay, simple k-means algorithm. This is the simple k-means algorithm, guys. Initially, guys, for suppose I want to divide the overall data objects into three clusters. Okay, here we have to take three random mean values, guys. Okay, we call them as the centroids. We have to take three random centroid values. Okay, the next one is the objects that is nearer to that centroid. We are group that one into a cluster. For suppose three clusters will be there, A, B, C. Okay, their centroids will be A1, B1, C1. Okay, the point that is nearer to A1, we are going to put that one into first cluster. The point that is nearer to B1, that is group that one into B cluster. The points that is nearer to C1, I am going to group that one into C cluster. Understand? Okay. And the next one, after forming the clusters, okay, we have to take the means. Cluster A mean, cluster B means, cluster C mean. I'm going to take that one, guys. Okay. That again, the same process I'm going to repeat. Okay. Until what is the exit step means. Okay. Here exit step is repeat the one and two steps with the same mean. Whenever we get the same mean for the all the cluster centroids, okay, we are going to form them. Okay, understand this? Simple ones. Again, I'm saying, for suppose, okay, I'm going to divide this overall data objects into two clusters means suppose A and B are the clusters, okay, and their centroids. For suppose A1 and B1, okay, that the points that is needed to A1, okay, that will belong to the cluster A. The points that is needed to B1, that will be, belong to the cluster B. So this way I'm going to divide the point into clusters. Okay. Okay, here what is the exit point means whenever we get the same means at the point we are going to start the process. Okay. Simple guys, algorithm. Okay. So let us take one problem, okay, and then you can easily understand what's there inside here. Okay. So what is the input for this gaming algorithm, guys? Okay, data objects. Okay, and then how many clusters you want to create? That is the input for this simple gaming algorithm. What is the output, guys? We are going to give the different clusters. Okay, for suppose I want two clusters I have specified in the starting step means I finally get the two clusters with data different data objects. Guys. Okay. For this input, guys, okay, how many clusters? That is the input we have to cover two clusters. Okay, these are the data objects. Okay, that is also for this simple gaming algorithm. Okay, here I want to divide this one overall into two clusters means I have to take two random values. That is the algorithm, right? Here we have to take them for initially we have to take the two random values guys as a centroid values, that is mean space. Okay, I have taken the random value of first mean as 4. I have taken the random mean of second as 12 guys. Okay, not these 4 and 12 guys. What are the values you want to take? You can take it. Okay, okay, take the one value in the first half, take the other value in the second half. Whatever you want, you can take it. It's no problem. Okay, there is no specialty that we have to take the third element like that. Okay, take the random mean values. Okay, what is the next step? Is the point nearer to this M1, we are going to form the one into cluster space. Okay, okay, the points that is nearer to M1, we are going to form the one into clusters. Okay. What are the points that is nearer to 4? Obviously, 2, 3, 4 are nearer to. So, how we are going to say is 2 minus 4, that is 2. Okay, 2 minus 12, that is 10. Which one is having the least value? That is 4. Okay, that is why we are going to place this second object, two object into the cluster K. Likewise, we have to check the all the values. Okay, 3. 3 minus 4, 1. 3 minus 12, that is 9 guys. Okay, which one is nearer? 3 is nearer to M1. That is why we have to place this 3 in the cluster K guys. Okay, 4. 4 minus 4, 0. Obviously, we have to place it in the K guys. Next one is 10 minus 2, 6. 10 minus 12, that is 2. Okay, means we have to place this 10 in the K2 base. Obviously, the values that is above this level 1, 20, 21, that is nearer to 20. Okay, and this we have placed inside the K2 base. Okay, nearest for how we are going to say is the distance between two values. Okay, next one is what is the next step we have to do is we have to take the mean for the cluster 1 and mean for the cluster 2. How you are going to take the mean? That is sum by how many values? 2 plus 3 plus 4 by how many values? 3. That is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 by 3 is the value. 9 by 3 is the value. Okay. Next, K2. 10, 11, 12, 20, 25, 30. That is 108 by 6. That is the 18 is the value. 18 is the value. Okay. Likewise, we have to proceed this. Okay, the next M1 value is 7 and M2 value is 25. Okay, and next guys, the next step also we got the same mean values, that is 725. That is the stopping criteria. Okay, here at this point we have to stop and we have to finally tell the what cluster 1, that is 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, and the cluster 2 having the three objects, that is 20, 25. Okay. Okay, in this way we are going to form the clusters with the help of simple k-means algorithms. Okay. simple k means algorithm, right? Okay, okay, you understand. So many notes you can ask me guys. Any notes related to this simple k means you can ask me. Okay, guys, I hope you understand this one, right? Let us proceed further. Our Picard. Okay, we already opened the Explorer also. Okay, after exploring this one, we already prepared this file, right? That is ARFF file, student ARFF file. Let us give that one as input for this Explorer. This is the file we have prepared, right? We have used as input for this Picard. Okay, okay, shows the five attribute values. Those are age, income, student, rate card rating, and buying a computer. Okay, for age, this is the values related to the age. Okay, age. Okay, type is nominal. Missing values are 0, additional values are 3, unique values are 0. This is the description related to that one. Okay, next one is income. It takes the three values. Okay, the missing values are 4, additional values are 3. Okay, at any point of time, if you want to edit this overall data set, we have to go for the edit and we have to view the values here. Okay, view the values here and finally we have to set okay values. Then only it will be see, right? Okay. Likewise for the student information, it takes the two values, no missing values. For rate card rating, there is no missing values. Okay. For buying a computer, that is also there is no missing values. Guys. Okay. Now I want to visualize the overall data. How we are going to visualize it? Visualize the use the overall information related to these five variables. Okay. This is related to age. Okay, this is less than 30 related information. This is 30 to 40 related information. This is greater than 40 related information. Yes. And this is related to the income, low income related, medium income, and high income. Okay. And the student related yes are 6 values, and no are 5 values. Overall 11 values. Okay. For credit card rating, varies 7. Okay, excellent is 4. Okay. For buying a computer S is 5. No 6 guys. Okay, in this way we can visualize the overall information. Okay, the next thing is the main task we have to do is okay after the pre-processing. Okay, we have to go for the clustering rule process. We have to go for the clustering rule process. For that, what we have to do is okay. Let us. I'm going to read out the estimate name. That is demonstration of clustering rule process. Okay, here we have to select the clustering wise. Okay, on student.arfn that is already specified. That is given to the record tool. After that one, we have to select a simple k-means algorithm. Let's run. Okay, right? Means we have to press this cluster. Okay, tab. After that one, we have to choose here simple k-means algorithm. Okay, finally we have to choose simple k-means algorithm. Okay. Okay, here what is the input for the simple k-means algorithm? That is the data set or data we have to mention. In addition to that one, we have to mention how many clusters you are going to form. Okay. My main thing is buying a computer or not. For that one, I'm going to take only two clusters guys. For that one, here we have to specify. Okay, number of clusters that we have to specify is two. How many clusters we have to specify? Two we have to mention here guys. Okay. Okay. Number of clusters is two we have to mention here. Okay. If you want the three clusters means you can give it more values. Here I want to form this overall data into two clusters. I have specified that one. Finally, okay, we have to start the process. Okay. Right. Yeah. This is the output for the simple mechanics algorithm guys. Let us understand this data. Okay, how many instances are there? 11 instances are there. How many attributes are there? Okay, in the data set we have given 5 attributes: age, income, student, credit card rating, buying a computer. Okay, these are the 5 attributes. Overall 11 instances are there. Okay, here this algorithm is completed within the 3 iterations. If you observe here guys, in my problem, how many iterations I have did? Okay, first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, fourth iteration. Finally, in the fifth iteration, we have find the cluster one and cluster two guys. Okay. For my particular this problem, that is lab cycle experiment 3 related to clustering on dataset student. Okay, it takes only 3 iterations to get the cluster guys. Okay, right? Understand? Okay, here in the cluster 0, okay, what are the values that is there? Here is greater than 40 values. Okay, that is next one is uh, low means income related thing, and S means student I only, X means credit card rating, not buying a computer. This is the cluster 0 related information, and cluster 1 related information is less than 30 values. Okay, high means the income, and low means credit card rating, and fair means that is related to credit card rating, and finally no is not able to buy a computer. This is related to the cluster 1. Okay, so overall full data. Okay, final cluster centroids. And the next one guys, related to the cluster instances. Okay, 7 instances are there in the cluster 0. That is 64% of the overall data objects that is there in the cluster 0. In the cluster 1 only 4 objects will be there, that is okay, that is 6%. Okay, this is the overall information related to the simple cases guys. If you want to visualize, you can see this visualization. Here is the overall visualization guys. Okay, if you observe the points, here is the points. Okay, here is the 1.1. If you do the more data, you can easily note that how the clusters are formed here. Okay, you can change the x-axis values and y-axis values. So whatever they want to, you can take it as you can change x value as income. Okay, by income in the y-axis. Okay, whatever the values you want to take, you can take it here guys. Okay, this is the better. Okay, red color is all one cluster, blue color is all one cluster guys. Okay. Finally, we have to write down the cluster diagrams also. Guys. Okay. Here we have only less points there. That is why we are not able to understand get the clusters clearly. Guys. But the previous example, and I have seen that how the clusters were formed. Okay, just I will open that one. Okay, then you can easily understand how the clusters are there. Okay, if you are not attended the previous class, right? That is why I'm going to show the previous one execution, how the clusters are formed. I'm going to show it guys. For that one, we have to load that iris data set. Okay, that is a default data set, guys. That will be there with the whenever we install the Vika, it will come by default, guys. Okay, we have to select the Vika 3.9, the program files. In the data, okay, we will have the different data sets like contact lens related information and airlines related information, credit card related information, glasses, diabetes information. Here is the iris data set, guys. Okay, here is the iris data set. Okay, coming to the class, it contains three attributes, guys. Okay, for the class, we have the three values, that is iris cetasa, iris versicolor, iris virginica. These are the three classes related to the iris. Now I'm going to form the each cluster for the each class type. Means I'm going to give the uh, uh, how many clusters we want to form. Means I have to give three, guys. Okay, here is the simple training algorithm. Here I want to form this one as a three clusters for each and every class. Okay, class to cluster can form చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాను కాబట్టి త్రీ క్లస్టర్స్ అనేవి ఇచ్చానండి, ప్రొవైడ్ చేశాను. Three clusters means it's going to divide the overall data set into three clusters. Okay, let us start the execution. Okay, this is the execution layers. Okay, the result set shows the time when that it will be executed as it is showing, guys. Okay, 9:53 means it's to student dot arf related information. 9:53 59 15 seconds, that is the iris related information, guys. Okay, here is the iris related information. In the first cluster, that is 0th cluster, we have the 50% of the points. Okay, in the first cluster 50, in the second cluster 55 points. Overall 33%, 33%, 33%. Okay, let us visualize this one, guys. Okay, then you can easily understand. Okay, okay. Here if you observe, guys, this blue color will be related to iris cetasa, that is one cluster, and this red color is related to one cluster, that is iris versicolor, and the third one is related to the iris virginica. This is the third one, guys. Okay, these are the three classes. Okay, so clearly this is one cluster, this is one cluster, and this is one cluster. Okay, blue color is one cluster, that is cetasa, and red color is versicolor, and the third one is virginica, is the light green color. Okay, but coming to the previous one, that is to the previous one, or this one, here we have only less points there. But coming to this ninth experiment, that is iris, we have the 150 points. That is why we are able to clearly see the clusters. But in this student TRF, we have taken only 11 points. That is why, okay, we are unable to see the clusters. Let's understand. Okay, right. This is the experiment 10, guys. Whenever you have come to college, you have to execute all these three experiments, all the 10 experiments, guys. Okay, I'm recapping. In the first two experiments, that is related to the pre-processing, guys. Okay, next we have seen the third experiment is related to a priori algorithm, that is test.arff. Okay, and fourth experiment is also related to a priori algorithm, but data set is contact lens. Okay, the fifth experiment is related to classification, guys. We have to take the data set is employee. The sixth one is J48 algorithm. Data set is student.arff. Okay, and the seventh one is classification related one. ID3 we have to use. Okay, data set is employee.arff. Okay, and the eighth experiment navigation classification data set is employee.arff. Okay, we have this, guys. Ninth one is clustering iris data set. Okay, 10th one is student.arff, same clustering using simple games, guys. Okay, here all these experiments are very simple, guys, if you know the overall Veka experiment structure, guys. Okay, In the Explorer, we have the pre-processing, classification, cluster, association. In these four tabs only, I'm going to get all the tenants space. Okay. For visualization purpose, I'm going to use this visualization. Okay, a priori algorithm. Sorry, this pre-processing. First two experiments are related by using this tab. And classification. The classification means a priori algorithm. Okay, aviation classification comes under the classification. Association means a priori, that is a priori algorithm. Classification means we will have the different tree structures like J48 algorithm, ID3 algorithm that will come under related to. Okay. Okay, guys. Hope you have understand this session. Okay. Any doubts you can ask me. 10 experiments కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయినాయండి అందులో కూడా మీరు వికాన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకొని అన్ని కూడా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసుకోండి ఓకే గైస్